Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They'll run with Dobbins. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. Jackson now. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. From the gun, it's Jackson. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Jackson will keep it. Try to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still zeros. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, a pick 6 on the first play of the drive, and Charles, we have our first points of the game, making it 6-0.
And while it's only 6 points in the first quarter, it certainly takes a lot of pressure off of them, doesn't it? They're in the lead. They have control. Now they just want to settle in and play their game and defend that advantage.
Tucker with an extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath.
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 41. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Oh, what was he thinking there? It's easily intercepted. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 10. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And dropped at the 35, but able to display some strength on the run. On 3rd down, here's Etienne. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football. They just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Bigsby trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. Yeah, partner, they went a little conservative, didn't they? And they ended up marking it short. And now I wonder, will they even do it again on 3rd down? So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. Now Lawrence to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne from a yard out. And the Jaguars are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Doug Peterson says, let's go for 2 here. Lawrence going to look to throw for it. And he'll get in. And they take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, and make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football, and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
That's another Baltimore touchdown. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
A tight one. 8-7 our score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll go with Hill here on first down. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. To throw is Jackson. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Now Jackson on second down. And it's caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens are able to move back in front. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he returns this to the 22. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. Open man downfield is Ridley. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley, 62 yards. And the Jaguars are an extra point away now from moving out in front. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Doug Peterson says, let's go for 2 here. They'll look to throw. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
On second down, Hill. And he'll get this past the 20 as he gets about 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's 3rd and 6. Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 83 yards receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a first down here. Throwing old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Got to try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Jackson. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
They'll take over at the 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Right on the right.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. Travis Jones makes a tackle. And they're going to speed things up here.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down, ETN once more. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jaguars will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. And what I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished and scored right before the half ended.
And they are 3 for 3 on two-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Gregory Jr. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Lawrence. This one into the hands of Ingram downfield. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, 39 yards. And the Jags are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Doug Peterson says, let's go for two here. Here's a toss coming right.
I have to admit, I love the excitement of a two-point try. You know, to see what's going to happen, and it happens pretty quickly, doesn't it? You get an answer, and in this case, it was unsuccessful for the guys trying it.
Completely unrelated. I just realized that I stole both of your pins in this last game. My bad, partner.
Hey, that's okay. Well, and just in the time they went for two.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the line. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley as time expires in the first half. And the Jaguars will extend their lead here just before halftime. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses.
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for two. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Ravens take over first down 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They look up at the scoreboard, facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. Now it's Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
On second down, Jackson. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Again, Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he will have a Ravens first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. And quickly they get to the line.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Now Dobbins again on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown! Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now ETN to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Lawrence flush to his right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little bit interesting.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
That's good for a Baltimore Raven.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. push him back to the 34. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Play action. Now Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Devin Duvernay. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his second touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep him in it.
Yeah, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
On the return, the Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And this will be a Jaguars first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. On the counter, ETN. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, a second down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now Lawrence to throw on second down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are right back in this football game. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but have been a good number of them where he hasn't been hit by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll try and run for it with Hill. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
Hamilton on the tackle. A loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they get it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a good gain of 11. Sets it up 1st and goal.
And that's a much-needed 1st down. They're looked down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay from 8 yards out. And the Ravens have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. It's caught at the 1. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. This one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
And a decent little gain puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Here comes 2nd down and 5. Here's Lawrence. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And they're looking at 4th down now in this tie ball game. Another big play in a game that's had plenty of them. 4th and 2. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Into the hands of Ingram. Through the middle of the field. Touchdown! Jaguars. Evan Ingram. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jaguars strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy,
That's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Ravens take over first down 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's first and 10.
Hey, middle.
They begin the drive with Hill. Hill shedding the tackle and able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good game.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line.
Here's Hill again on second down. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
The problem with the defense isn't going to adjust, and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over. They're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yep, the opportunity squashed. They got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Second and 11. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Red on red.
Throwing now, Lawrence. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here's Lawrence. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens.
I know one thing, the team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think we got to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it, and an opportunity missed. Lawrence escaping the pressure right. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea